And we're live!
We're back!
Welcome to the Underdog Journey, where I have to count down from 5 every single time, otherwise he doesn't believe that we're actually live.
That's right.
And we are live here at the Hoffer House in Columbus, Ohio, once again, and you're actually still with us.
I'm still with us.
And not that he was going to pass away, but he actually should have moved on.
I probably should have passed away too, but on a completely different note, I'm still in Central Ohio.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Well, It turns out buying a house in New York
Is a pain in the neck.
using a lender from Ohio, not a good plan. Don't do
Apparently
it.
not.
I don't recommend it. I give it 0 stars out of 10.
So you're saying
Wait, is 10 stars a thing or is it 5 stars?
I think it's 5
It's
stars.
1 out of 10 on a rating system, but 5 stars.
We should stand. It's like one is metric and one is standard. We should
Yeah,
we should
what the-
standardize these things.
Yeah. And not like lollipops, not like 7 lollipops. I mean, that's a weird one, too.
Well, stars is strange too because like
Yeah.
even
And you know what?
Michelin
If you
stars.
find-
You know where that came from?
No.
Michelin stars. You're a car guy. You should know this.
No.
The star system. It came from Michelin stars,
Oh, okay.
and the Michelin Tire Company would actually
That's how
publish.
they rate the rubbers?
And we just lost Facebook.
And, we're
yeah.
back.
It's no longer a family show officially today.
The rubber on the car, the tires.
The tires.
Good year.
Right there you go. So, but they would publish a list of restaurants that they recommend on for family road trips.
Okay.
And the higher the Michelin rating, the better the restaurant it was. And of
Excellent.
course, restaurants could pay a little bit more, a little greasing of the where the rubber meets the road. I don't know.
Yes.
I'm trying to keep metaphors clean.
They took bribes.
There you go. But
It's like the bitter
Michelin company, please don't sue us.
The Bitter Business Bureau.
The Bitter Business Bureau.
Yeah, the Bitter Business Bureau, where you can actually pay to have
can you?
Yeah, you can pay to
BBB,
get
you
in
can pay
different
the BBB.
ratings, and you can pay to get in there, and you can pay to have bad things removed.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely, it's useless. He's like, I'm gonna report you to the BBB. Hey, go for it, bro. Nobody cares.
I didn't even know that.
It doesn't matter.
We learn new stuff all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So buying a house in New York is
So buying
rough.
a house in New York.
What
So
I'm trying to say.
So New York is a lawyer state.
Yeah.
And I don't mean just they
has
have a lot of
lawyers.
lawyers.
Yeah.
I mean, instead of using a title company, which is what Ohio uses and a lot of other, I'm going to call them sane states use, they use lawyers. So there are 3 or 4 or 5 or 20 freaking lawyers involved in my purchase of my house.
And they're all getting paid.
And yes, they're all getting it. They're all getting a cut. And all of them but one are ready. Unfortunately, you have to have all of them.
Right.
The
And that
one that's not ready is on frickin' vacation in Hawaii.
And this person knew about this ahead of
Knew
time.
about it. The contract
didn't
date
bother saying
never
anything.
changed. They weren't able to make the contract date. They pushed it. We pushed it. We pushed it. I'm supposed to be in New York right now. Actually, I was supposed to be in New York last weekend.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be in New York today or tomorrow or Friday. And now they're like, well, maybe Monday.
Maybe Monday.
And
Monday.
At which point we're just losing our bananas here. So we're actually packing up no matter what,
You're just going.
and we're going, and we'll live in a hotel if I have to for a few days, but we're going to be in New York next week.
What a pain.
It's quite the kerfluffle.
Yeah, no
quite
kidding.
the kerfluffle.
Yeah, you had your going away party 2 months ago.
Yeah, and he was worried that I wasn't going to be here. He was worried I was going to travel back for the going away party.
Yeah.
And we had that party here at the Hofbrauhaus.
Here at the Hofbrau.
And I bet I've been here 20 times.
At least.
20 times since then. And I had a farewell party last week with the
Yeah.
people here because I thought it was going to be my last time here because I was supposed to move last weekend. And lo and behold, here we are, back again. So I
Back
was in
again.
here Monday,
Yeah.
and I'm back again.
So what you're trying to tell us is you'll be back next week.
I hope
You'll-
I'm going
be here
to
next
be
week.
in. Oh, I just got busted.
Oh no.
Hi, Mick.
Were you
I
supposed
just
to be
explained.
at a
I
friend's
was
house
supposed.
tonight?
Well, I wasn't able to meet one of our buddies, Mick, today because I was supposed to be in New York.
Ah.
And I spent the whole day from
Mick, you caught
section
him.
to section to section going, hey, when do I need to get on the road? Hey, when do I need to get on the road? Because I was supposed to be going today. So I spent all day doing that. And it wasn't until about 4 o'clock this afternoon that they're like, oh, yeah, this is not going to happen.
Hey, Internet, whatever you do, don't tell Mick that David's in town.
Yeah, don't tell Mick
Don't
I'm here.
Tell Mick, okay? Just so you know.
I was supposed to meet Mick. I told Mick I can't meet you because I'm going to be in New York.
Yeah.
And damn it, I wanted to be in New York. I really did. I mean, that's where I'm supposed to freaking be.
Well, I planned my whole vacation around when you were going to be out of town,
I
so
know,
I wouldn't
so you
have
had
to
to help you move.
I was actually, I just got back from vacation. We went to Hilton Head.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you
you
were
were
here
remote last week.
live
Oh,
with
that was-
Shannon Black.
That was fun. That was a great time.
You
That
guys
was-
did have fun.
Okay, look here. It was a great time when we finally went on the air and we actually got to start
When you
talking
actually
and have
got
some
stuff
fun.
set up.
But my Lord, now
The setup involved in this. We'll have to do a whole show on just setting this stuff up.
I've got the
Time lapse.
the time lapse from the GoPro.
Yeah.
That we set up right back here one night, and we had it record us doing our setup. Because you can't. This is not a ring light, and no offense to anybody who that's how they function.
No, this is more than a cell phone and a ring light.
Yeah, cell phone and a ring light. iPhone and ring light, and people go to town. Okay, that's what a lot of people do, and there's no knocking on that. We did a different way. We did it this way so we could show people how to do certain things from that. There's not a lot of setup involved and a lot of education to be using a ring light and iPhone.
Yeah.
So we did it this way so we could show you all how to do a little more in depth as part of our education process for the aspiring podcaster, internet personality.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use the word influencer because if anybody says influencer, I automatically do not like them.
Influencers
There's
are a real
only
thing.
there's
We'll do a show
only
on
one
influencers.
influencer I've ever been around that I didn't want to be like.
You're welcome.
Well, it was Scott. It was Scriven.
Oh, Zach
It
Scriven.
was Zach Scriven.
He's a good guy.
He is a good guy. He did a great job, and but he is one of those people that aren't like the, I'll trade this $10,000 worth of service for, I'll give you a
Right.
shout out on my. He's not like that. He
No,
actually
he's a real
shows
guy.
you how to do the influence, and I watch his videos on the LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And it goes well, but my Lord, this thing set up last week with Shannon. I had Shannon assemble the microphones.
No, I could tell because his was backwards and upside down.
Yeah, I had to fix it like 4 times. Every time I turn around, he had a microphone facing the wrong way.
And
So
Shannon's great.
you're
His
gonna hear
setup
it all
is
here.
usually significantly different, though. His
Yeah.
is usually a camera. And, and
camera,
his hand.
tripod,
Yeah.
or camera in his hand, done.
Yeah.
And it works out well for him. And heck, you had to tell me the first time we set these things up
Oh, yeah.
that hey, the wording needs to be aimed to you because over here, it's a significant amount of difference.
Right, you can't really hear me now.
Yeah.
But now you can hear me.
Yeah, the amount of the difference is crazy. So he kept turning it, and we had this place. I mean, it's not slow tonight,
No.
but last week this place was hopping. They
Yeah.
dropped at 7 p.m. just about the time that we were supposed to start, and we started much later. And I apologize for that, but about the time that we were getting ready to start, they dropped 70 people in this room on top of an already full. I mean, it was already
Wow.
full, so they were holding tables, and then boom. 70 people sat down. So it was all
They're
kinds of
having a good
noisy.
night.
And he kept turning the microphone out to pick up all the people. And I'm like, Shannon, I can't hear you. And you'll see me do this. I'm me pushing my headphone into my ear to try to be able to hear what was going on. It was all kinds of fun, though. But it was good conversations, and we had, a couple people online chit-chatting with us. And one of the things that we wanted to get to last week
Yeah.
that we didn't was the domain purchases. We did talk about a good bit of the 2 things that we were doing was collaboration
Yep.
and domain purchases. Those are the things we wanted to do. We talked briefly about them, the domain purchases, but we're actually going to show it tonight. We have it all set up. The account's all ready to go, and we're going to do some searches of a couple of websites, and then we're going to actually buy a couple of them. I'm buying, what are we buying tonight? We're buying demonspiders.com, and we're buying jennyspleasurebus.com.
You might need to explain again what's the deal with Jenny's Pleasure Bus.
When it comes
because it
time,
sounds like we're going to buy a porn site.
Well, that's not what we're doing. It's a joke, and I am absolutely willing to spend this money on a joke. So, for any of you guys that ever have doubts on what I'm willing to do to make a joke, just know I'm going to buy Jenny's Pleasure Bus as a joke. Okay, so yes.
Well, now we have to make a landing page for this thing.
Yes,
and,
we will.
That'll be a fun project.
Yes, we will. It'll be great. It'll be a good
You
time.
gonna do this now? You want to do this now?
No, because we haven't even talked about a beer yet.
We got to talk about the beer.
So we got to talk about the beer. We're just
It's all
on
about
our
priorities here.
I mean, yeah. I don't know how long we're on here. What's our clock say?
We're only at 20 minutes.
20 minutes, but 10 of them is a countdown. So
It's true.
So we're only 10 minutes in.
Exactly. That
We
doesn't
got
count.
30 minutes before
Doesn't
we're done
count.
with our dialogue, our opening dialogue.
Exactly.
So that's what we did last week. We did a good chit chat about collaboration and about how 2 completely different podcast, webcast businesses
Oh yeah.
can work together for a good cause, a great cause, and for mutual benefit.
And they should. In fact, it's not even just like podcasts or blogs or any kind of streaming thing like that. If you have a business and you see somebody out there with a similar business, a lot of people. What's a lot of people's first instinct when they see a similar business out there?
You know what? I know what you're getting at. I'm completely different than that, but here's what they go. Competition.
Exactly. And that's most people's first instinct. They get scared. They think it's competition. But you know what? One of the reasons I love the craft beer industry.
Yes.
They collaborate.
Collaboration.
You know what? They're all competing with each other for shelf space in the stores. But at the end of the day, you go into any one of these places and you'll see multiple beer companies, local craft brewers, teaming up for collaborations because they're sharing their audience.
Yep.
They're cross-pollinating, if you want to get kind of crazy about it. We're not going to go there. It's a family show. But look, if we have...
West, keep your pollination to yourself.
Do we want to talk about the conversations we were having before?
No. No. See, every week he's like, Dave, this is a family show. It may not be a family show per se, but it is not that kind of show.
It's not that kind of show. It ain't that kind of show.
It ain't that kind of show, Dave.
Let's say you have a...
It didn't get me where I'm trying to go, Dave. If any of you guys looked at the post that we put up over the week of him doing the fishing stuff, and that was a gold one.
Oh, man, yeah.
So go ahead, collaborations we're talking about.
Let's say you have a craft brewery, I have a craft brewery, right?
Yes.
We could view each other as competitors. We could, hate each other and badmouth each other.
Yep.
But it's more beneficial if we collaborate. We make a collaboration. Your audience can, your customers can try my stuff. My customers can try your stuff. And guess what? Together, our customer base is bigger than they are individually.
All right, guess what, guys? Dave has an example. Dave's Examples, episode 51. This is true. Every word of it. There are two companies, there are more than two companies, but there are two companies that make two different items for fire suppression.
Ah, okay.
There's a 3M. Everybody knows 3M. That's Post-it note. And everybody knows DuPont. That's Jeff Gordon's old car, right? NASCAR for those of you that are not in Rio Linda. Okay? Those are two chemical companies. One of them makes a chemical called FM200. That would be DuPont. That's a heptafluoropropane. And it's used for...
Everybody knows this.
I mean, it's common knowledge.
On.
Okay, so it's a heptafluoropropane. So we're going to move on from that. But that's used for clean agent, data room, fire suppression, high art storage, fire suppression, things like that won't damage your area, your property, when it discharges. Now, on the other side, 3M has a fluoroketone, which is also, it's basically the same thing. It's a liquid, and it's commonly referred to as Novec 1230 fluid.
I have some of that right with me right here.
Yeah, you should be. I don't travel without it. So these two companies have battled so hard against each other about who's better and who's what and this, that, and this screen. And what they have done is they have damaged the entire market of clean agent fire suppression. Do you know who sat back and just smiled? The sprinkler fitters, who spray water and damage and destroy all kinds of stuff.
Oh, they loved it. They loved it.
Now, sprinklers save lives. There's no doubt about it. In fact, if I was to ever build a house, I would not build it without sprinklers. But that comes with some risk.
Okay.
That comes with some risk. If I had a room that, let's say I had an original Picasso or something along those lines. Actually, not Picasso. I want somebody good.
Picasso is garbage.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh. So if I had myself an original Van Gogh, I would protect it. I would protect it with either Novec 1230 or FM200, because either one of them will do what I need it to do and protect it without risk of damaging the actual product. I would not, however, put sprinklers in there because I don't want to ruin my Van Gogh to save it. You know what I'm saying? I would literally be ruining it to save it. Great, I get to keep the frame afterwards. But the art is gone.
Van Gogh would not like that.
Would be very disapproval. He'd give his other ear.
He would
save
say,
it.
Kaploch. If you got that, you're a big nerd.
I'm a very big nerd. We got Worf over here next to us. Also, that would be... that's also referenced out of the Big Bang Theory, if anybody ever wants to go back and watch the Klingon Boggle episode. Yes, that's how much of a nerd I am.
I'm not sure where we're going anymore.
So anyway, these two companies battled each other and viewed each other as competition as opposed to a partnership where they could have grown. Those two companies together, 3M and DuPont, could have grown the industry by leaps and bounds. But instead, they went into a battle because they viewed each other as competition, and they damaged the entire industry. the actual market share to clean agent was already on a diminishing return, and has now shrunk to a very minimalized market share out there for fire suppression. Sprinkler has grown. They have reaped the benefit. The guy who didn't get involved and doesn't offer the same level of protection. It's not. We're not comparing apples to apples as far as protection. It's a completely separate thing. But this is a great example of, to me, and when I said I know what you're trying to get at, but here's what they do. They view as people's competition. I view the people that are what some of you all would view as my competition. I view them as a partner.
Absolutely.
They're a partner.
And they should be.
And I treat them as a partner, and they treat me as a partner, and we grow together.
Well, because that's it, right? Together, if you're collaborating, no matter what you're doing, no matter what your business is, if you find somebody in a similar industry, work together at least to build each other up. Because guess what? It's a true phrase, whether you like it or not, rising tide lifts all ships.
All ships.
All ships. And the more you badmouth your competition, the worse it makes you look.
Yep.
And here, look, we don't talk about politics on the show. We never do. It's a rule.
It's a rule.
During politics season, everybody on both sides always say, I wish we could just stop trash talking. I wish we could stop mudslinging. And
Then do it.
and you know what? All the trash talking, all the mudslinging, you know who loves that? People, other governments who would like to see our government not do so well. I'm not mentioning any names, but it's true because, and the same is true in business.
Yep.
And even small business, craft brewery, podcasts.
Yep.
Your audiences together are stronger than your audiences individually.
Wait, what was that saying you said? Something about some boats on some water?
Rising tide
Smoke
lifts
on the
all
water?
ships.
Rising tide lifts all water. Hey, we got a beer check.
There's smoke on the water. You need a refill. See, this is why we stream from this place.
Look at that.
I'm gonna have to keep coming back after he's gone. The service is
It's top notch.
that could get real dangerous.
Yes.
That'd get real. I'll do my after show from the Uber. Yeah.
Live stream it.
Exactly.
I think I'm going to go with the Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen? Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Vanessa.
Service here is great.
It is.
This is you can't beat this
It's top
place.
notch.
This is awesome. So
So if you're ever in Central Ohio, you got to come here.
got to come to the Hopper House.
You got to come to the Hopper House. It's on right. It's Goodale right there, and I think it's called Yard Street or something over here.
Yeah, it's in the Grandview
it's
Yard
in Grandview
area. It's
Yard
on-
area. Yeah.
Yeah. Just come to Columbus. Ask where Hofbrau is. They'll point you right to it.
And then when you get here, just tell them you know Dave. They're going to take great care of you.
That's actually true.
Actually, to be honest, you don't have to say that. They're going to take great care of you because that's the reason I kept coming back.
Yeah.
Is because of how good they did.
The service here is great.
I think we need to highlight a cream puff. So when I get my beer back, I'm going to order a cream puff so we can show it off. But so we've talked about a little collaboration today. We talked about the rising boat sinks ships and
Rising boats sink
and
all
glass
ships.
houses.
Yes.
Yes. If anybody watched the Boondock Saints, that's even funnier. Yes.
Make like a tree and get the F out of here.
Yes. Make like a tree. Anyway, so we talked about that, and you were on vacation last week.
Yeah.
How was it?
Went to Hilton Head Island. It was a great vacation.
I've never been to Hilton Head Island.
It was my first time. My
Okay.
wife's family goes all the time, and we thought it was a great time to take the kids.
Excellent.
It was a lot of fun. So
Good.
almost perfect weather. It rained one day. Can't complain there.
I don't mind some rain.
No, it was fine. It gave us a chance to just relax a little bit because going to the beach it's tiring.
All right,
It's exhausting.
All right, I agree. Well, my wife drives me to Disney all the dang time. All right, what's the cream puff?
Cream puff, we just got regular vanilla, Boston, and Oreo.
I hear Oreo.
I heard Oreo too.
We want to put an Oreo on the screen. All right,
Thank you.
thank you very much. So
yes, but Hilton Head, it's a great place for vacation. I highly recommend it.
All
My current wife
Airbnb or
booked us.
condo? Or?
No, we got a condo.
Okay.
My current wife booked us this great place, and so her family went. My parents were there. They drove in from Texas, and we had a lot of room. This
Wait,
is a
your
big
parents
place.
were there from Texas?
Yeah.
I've never got to meet the Carnahans.
Yeah, they like to stay pretty far away. I scare them. I'm a pretty scary guy.
Okay.
No, but they live in Texas, so
Yeah.
we only see them like once every
Well, I mean,
2 years.
are they Dallas Fort Worth area?
Santa Fe, Texas area. It's kind of between like League City and Houston
Okay.
area.
Don't know where any of that is, but I'm gonna shake my head like, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Texas. It's a good
All right.
place.
Yeah, it's
It's a good place.
It's a place.
It is. It's a place.
They
I
have
like
some
it.
okay barbecue. It's nothing like city barbecue here in Columbus, but it's okay.
And I told them you said this, and they said you
Yes.
are insane.
Well, have they had city barbecue?
This guy over here, everybody watching, this guy, of course he's moving to New York because this is his opinion. He thinks Columbus, Ohio has better barbecue than Texas.
Because it does.
I'm saying you went to the wrong places.
I'm telling you
saying
right now, you
listened to
don't
a
get
bunch
this
of-
fat by eating bad food.
I'm saying you. No comment. I'm not going to say a thing.
Oh.
It could be from all the beer.
Well, I don't. Get
I should've
this
left
fat,
that at no comment.
I don't get this fat by drinking bad beer either.
You're at the Hofbrau. They have great beer.
Great
That's
beer.
the problem.
That is great. And I got my Hefeweizen too.
Laura Lines Black says, "Hello guys. Hi mom.
Hello,
How you doing?"
Mom.
So
She just got back from vacation too. She was in the Georgia, the Atlanta area.
yeah, that's a great place. Sure.
All right. I had to bump out. I actually went over to my hot spot here.
So just some other business information that's coming up recently. Pretty big information here.
Okay. Oh,
Jeff
yeah.
Bezos.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos stepped down as CEO of Amazon.
And he needed
2
to.
days ago.
I mean, one of the things is you got to know when you're done. You
Well-
got to know. He may not be done, and he's not. There's going to be other things for him.
Right.
Any organization
Yeah.
that has a single person directing it for too long
Yeah.
will become Apple.
Well, and I was just going to say, I can sum it all up in 2 words: Steve Jobs.
Yes,
So
Apple,
Steve
there you
Jobs
go.
started Apple. He left for a while. He came back. He was the face of Apple. But when Steve
Yep.
Jobs passed away, Apple took a big dip. It hurt them a lot, and now they replaced him. They're doing really well. But if you ask
Tim Cook?
if you ask any Apple fan, they never fully recovered.
No. Now, I'm an Android guy. That's a Samsung Note 20 there, by the way.
I'm an Apple guy.
Ultra 5G Super Mega something or another. I don't know. Apple's innovation has walked off a cliff.
Yes,
They
I
have
agree.
been. What was the thing we were drinking? I mean,
Drinking?
They have Balmer peaked, and we're going to talk more about that after a while.
Yeah. So Google.
So tell me more about this.
So he stepped down, and I was kind of going in the same direction that you just mentioned, right? Because if you ask any Apple fan, they never fully recovered. Now, Jeff Bezos started Amazon as a used bookstore in his garage.
Are you going to put the picture of him again with the doors?
I didn't bring that up, but I totally can. There's a
always
famous
has that
picture of
ready.
him.
And while he's looking for that picture, I'm going to talk to you a moment about Joe Rogan and the Joe Rogan Experience.
The Joe Rogan. We're going to start a new
So-
podcast
so
called
we-
the Joe
we
Rogan
have-
Experience.
So there's a new server here, and we ordered the cream puff, and I just watched her walk out, look up here, and then turn around and walk back away. It's like, I ain't doing that. No, I ain't doing that.
That's hilarious.
So, Joe, oh, there you go. You got it right there.
Oh, hang on.
Can they see it?
No, not yet.
I'll do it. There we go. We got the cream. Oh, she made it back out. There we go. Thank you. You got him up there where you can see it?
No, I thought you wanted to show the cream puff.
Oh, well, you can hit the other camera
All
and
right.
you can see it.
So this is Jeff Bezos' first office, and it's literally a door held up by just like wooden beams that he made in his garage. This was Amazon, and
Yeah.
he created it into one of the biggest, most successful companies in the history of Earth. And
Earth.
I really feel like it's actually a good thing that he's stepping down because he's running into a very similar problem that I think a lot of people are having with Elon Musk right now.
Michael Eisner.
I wasn't going to go there.
Well, see, that's even better. Actually, I think that's actually a better example than Apple.
Michael
I
Eisner?
think Michael Eisner's
No.
a better example.
Nope.
Look at all the success that Michael had during the
I agree.
the peak and how far he fell off the cliff at the end.
I don't necessarily agree. I think the average person, the average Joe,
Has no idea who Michael Eisner
yes,
is.
exactly. But
I'll give you that.
ask him who Jeff Bezos is,
Yeah.
he's a rock star. You ask him who Elon Musk is, He's a rock star.
Elon. That's my boy Elon.
There, you need.
I got
he
an
and
email
Elon are like
from him
this.
last week.
This.
I'm pretty
well,
sure it was fake, but
maybe he knows that Nigerian prince who keeps trying to give us money.
no, I should look it up. But I get an email that said, "Hey, you want to have lunch?" I'm like,
Well,
just
sure.
on the off chance that this is real, I sent back yes.
Well, sure, Elon. let's hook up for
Sure,
lunch.
let's do this.
Do you like the Hofbräu house?
You know what? If he's like, meet me in South Africa, I'm there.
If Elon Musk, if he legitimately asked anybody to meet up for lunch, I think there might not be a single person who'd turn him down.
My mom would say no,
Your mom, she doesn't
and
like
your
Elon
mom would
Musk?
say no,
Nope.
and give her a frowny face, and give him a frowny face.
My mom might give him a frowny face, but then she would say, "Oh, it was an accident." In the meantime, he's like, "That was no accident."
That was no accident. We know where your heart lies.
It's true.
I don't know what happened here, man. I would switch over to my Wi-Fi hotspot.
You got to be on the house
to stay
Wi-Fi.
up-
They get,
their
by the way,
house Wi-Fi
come to the
is
Hofbräu
great.
house. They have great Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
We're streaming in HD using house Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
They have 25 meg uploads.
Upload speed. It's bonkers.
It's-
like
it is
It's like having
nuts.
an old school fractional T1.
Of course, everybody knows that.
Everybody knows what that is.
Every-
192.168.0.1.
L'Oreal Line's black. You should have raised a smarter kid. He's just spouting off nonsense over here.
Yes. That's a
But
Class
anyway.
C sub-network here. It's fine. It's all good.
But anyway, Jeff Bezos stepping down is actually a good thing because it allows
I'm eating
Amazon
that
to
piece right
grow
there.
beyond him. Now,
Yes.
now he grew this company from literally a used bookstore in his garage to one of the most powerful companies in all of time,
Yep.
but it still needs room to grow without him.
He's bigger than the Beatles.
He's pretty big. He
And
has more money than the Beatles ever had.
And just in case anybody ever gets that reference, the Beatles,
The
made,
Beatles were
made
bigger
a
than
comment.
Jesus.
Made a comment that they were bigger than Jesus. So
Yeah, and you're over here eating cream puffs. This looks delicious. By the
that
way,
was
you
a
gonna show
cookie.
this?
That was a cookie.
Oh, it's a cookie on top of the cream puff.
Normally, there's another cookie on top of the cream puff.
You gotta
but
hold
I
it up,
just-
they don't see it.
But I just ate it, so I wanted to preface it before I put it here. I wanted to tell them why there was
There's
lack
usually
of
more
cookie.
cookie on
Yes,
top of
there's
the cream
usually
puff.
more cookie, but it looked really good, and it was, so I ate it.
So he claims he wanted to show this on camera. I think he just wanted to eat,
So
which I don't
can't
blame
see-
you. It looks delicious.
Okay, is it right there?
Yes.
All right, so this is the cookies and cream puff right here. Now, it used to be kind of a seasonal rotating cream puff, but they have added this. So they have the Boston cream, the regular, and they now have the cookies and cream, which is what we're showing here, as a normal, everyday cream puff. Can I show this camera right here? Can we switch to that camera?
I'm not sure which camera that is. Let's find out.
That's camera number 7.
So I didn't realize that was getting hooked up. We're going to find out
I've
which
had it
camera
hooked
that
up
is.
since I plugged it up.
Hey, there we
you
go.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that picture right there.
That's a fine looking cream
Look at that
puff,
cream
David.
puff. Look at that thing.
That's a
Jiminy Christmas.
this is a family show, but you know what? I like
Look
the
at
cream
that.
puff.
Look at that thing.
That's a
Yeah,
this is
cream
the
puffs are
official
good for
cream
the-
puff cam.
I mean, we could remove the knife out of it, I guess. I don't know that you need a steak knife to eat a cream puff, but
delicious.
there you have it.
Delicious.
I'm just telling you, man. Come down here. Even if you don't like a lot of German food, they got a burger, and they got a thing called Dunkel Bourbon.
Their burger here is surprisingly good.
Their burger will shock you. You know what? If we get off here on time, well, this is a sad thing. Now their kitchen closes at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. You know, I don't even know. I think it's 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Well, we are supposed to be done by 8.
Yeah.
We usually get done 8:10, 8:20, 8:40, and then we got to break all this stuff down. Then we sit down and we're like, "Hey, what time's the kitchen close?" Now, we've been here a time or two.
They might know us.
They might know us, and we might actually should have known what time the kitchen closes. And they'd be like, well, it closes in 20 minutes ago. Like, crap.
Exactly. Well, we
Well-
kind of go on. We kind of meander in
ramble.
our conversation.
So, speaking of that, let's try to get back on topic
Yeah,
here.
speaking
We've talked
of
about
that-
Jeff Bezos, which is, I mean,
it's pretty big. It's
to
pretty
be
big
honest,
news,
you
actually.
guys, unless you, you know, I don't want to talk about the building collapse down in Florida. That's an absolute tragedy.
That is
and
terrible.
For a guy who does inspections on life safety, or used to do inspections
Yeah.
on life safety in buildings, I'm without words on that.
Oh
and,
my gosh. Yeah.
Don't want to go down that path because, you know, I might actually end up in tears, big burly man that I am. But, you know, or you're impacted by the hurricane that's hitting that again in Florida. You know what? It might not want to live in Florida. Actually, that's my wife's goal, so that has to be my goal now too.
One day you'll be living in
One day I'll be in
Hurricane
Florida.
Alley.
I'll be there, and I'll be all right with it. I'll just build a better wall, I guess. I don't know. But that's the biggest news. I mean, that's huge. It's really important to know when the business needs to grow without you.
That's right.
And I was actually, and I drew up a Snopsity napkin 2 weeks. Oh, last
So
week,
just
2
so
weeks.
people, not everybody knows what a Schnapsity is. We have to keep reminding. So a
Yes.
Schnapsity, this is a real German word. It's the word for an idea that you have only when you're drunk, which I love it. I tried to buy Schnapsity.com. Somebody already had it. Apparently they had a Schnapsity that they should buy Schnapsity.com.
We should look at it again tonight. See what it looks
We
like.
should look for it.
So, what it was is I was actually walking this guy through. He's a sole proprietor of a business, and I was showing him revenue streams and things of that nature of how the arc would be, where he came from start to where he is. And it's got some small ups and downs, but overall, year over year, it's a little up, little down. We're going to call that a flat line. It's good enough for government work. So you go up and you're basically flat lining it, but when you're done, your revenue is immediately zero. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Your revenue is immediately zero.
Sure.
Unless at some point from the time that you founded the company to the time that you want to give up the day-to-day grind of the company, sometime in there you can actually start growing the company outside so that the labor can be handled without you being on site. Then what you do is you start bringing other people in, and the management and what you do then is you bring it in. The sales are done without you being on site. So now the sales and the labor is done. The actual work is done without you being on site, and all you're doing is managing. Then you bring somebody in that you trust and you've groomed into this position
Okay.
to handle the management of it. So that, guess what? When you want to step away, your cash stream, your cash or your revenue stream is not diminished.
Yeah. There you go.
So there's ways to do that, and that's one of the things that I do is I help people and I help a lot of businesses learn how to maximize, or not even maximize, but how to utilize those streams in so that they can either sometimes they want to move on, but more importantly for me, it's they want to know what's next.
Okay.
Because and some people get offended by this because and you'll see the memes go around Facebook all the time. If you die today, your company will replace you within a week. You are damn right.
It's true.
You know why? Because that company needs to survive, and that company's going to do what it needs to do
And
to
that's true.
survive.
And that's why if you start a business, that's why you need to develop it to live beyond you.
Yes,
It's part of legacy.
it needs to be. It needs to be imbibed with your characteristics.
If your
and
company
your
cannot
character.
survive without you,
You don't have a
a
company.
company.
That is, I don't know where that came from, but that is one of the most true statements.
Yeah.
If your company cannot survive without you, you do not have a company.
Right.
You have a liability.
You're right. 100%. And
And-
some people just don't care.
Yeah, and some people that's fine for them, and that's great, absolutely great,
So
as long as you recognize it.
but it goes back to one of the reasons why I believe Jeff Bezos is actually leaving. I think he actually recognizes that fact. And look, I love Elon Musk.
I love
But
Elon,
what do you
my
think?
boy.
What do you think happens to SpaceX and Tesla if Elon got hit by a bus?
That would not be great.
I would not feel comfortable having a lot of money in Tesla.
Well,
Especially having money in SpaceX because it's privately owned.
let's see here.
Which, can you imagine privately owning SpaceX and getting government funding as a private entity?
Tesla today is down $14.93. That's 2.26%. After hours trading is at 0.53 negative.
Maybe Elon Musk caught a cold and the market got nervous
Yep.
because
So-
that's a real problem.
So, you want to watch something fun. Take somebody like Elon Musk and Tesla. Just take Tesla.
Okay.
Just that one stock. Schedule him to be on something like, I don't know,
SNL,
Saturday Night Live.
and ask him to talk about Dogecoin. By the way,
Yes, by the way, I sold all my Dogecoin, got the heck out of that. Yeah, that's we talked about this earlier.
We
That
did,
that
we
is a
did.
topic for that's a whole show right
we
there.
got to do a whole show on
Yes.
the history of Doge.
of the Doge, and there's another
Doge.
one that's the same dog that's coming out.
The Kishu Inu.
Yeah, Kishu Inu. That should be a better. Well, I mean, they're talking about now a better processing and lower gas price for Bitcoin now too.
Well, on top of that, there are newer coins coming out that have Ethereum-esque functionality.
Yep.
That will allow for NFT data addendums. Nifty data addendums. It sounds.
I like it.
It sounds like a
you're
sneeze.
sneezing.
I get it. It sounds like a Doge sneezing.
Good zoom tight. It sounds like a Doge sneezing. Yeah. So hear it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Doge is headed to zero. It'll be there. Actually, it'll be a while, but it'll be there.
There are people working on it, but it was an interesting ride. It'll be a fun story one day.
It was fun to be part of.
Somebody will make a made-for-TV movie about it, and I will love to watch it.
Yep, I'll be like, shoot, I was in on that.
When Netflix is doing that, I'll be like, hey,
Netflix,
grandson, I
Blockbuster's making a comeback.
Doge, Blockbuster. There is still technically a Blockbuster out there.
Yep.
In rural Canada. But
there's one in like northwestern U.S. too.
No, there's only
it's in Canada. There's only one.
There's only one. Yeah, there's
only
one. There's one Blockbuster.
Was it in Canada? Jiminy Christmas.
I think it's in Canada.
Crazy Canadians.
Well, look, people keep thinking MySpace is going to come back because some music company tried to buy them.
You know what? If MySpace went back to its original format
I'm with you.
MySpace would make a comeback.
You know what? The original format where you could actually go in and you can customize your page.
Yes.
And you
when
can
you
add
do the
little flash
HTML
games.
and your things, and it plays the song and everything.
Because you know what they have going for them right now? If they did that, nostalgia.
Yes. They have nostalgia, and all these younger kids are like, man, I really love to have some music playing and all this thing.
Yeah.
I bought a new tablet this week. And I bought a tablet that goes on a cradle that automatically switches to an Alexa Amazon Echo Show or something.
No. So Amazon Sidewalk is
I've already got that shit shut off. I'm sorry, I've already got that stuff shut off. I can't monetize. This episode of the Underdog Journey is no longer monetizable.
But it's brought to you by Cream Puffs.
But brought to you in pie by Hopra House Cream Puffs. I mean, to be honest, we sit here and drink beer every.
Why is Hopper House not paying us? We got to monetize this thing.
I would not want paid by Hopper House.
They pay some beer.
You know what? Even that, I like them doing what they do.
It's true. They do great.
I like doing what I do, and never the twain shall meet. Actually, always the twain shall meet because I'm sitting here drinking their beer all the time doing what I do.
Always the twain shall
Always
meet.
the twain shall meet. Because, I want them doing the thing. And one of the things is I don't want people thinking that, hell, dude, this guy loves Pabst Blue Ribbon because it's delicious beer. No, it's crap beer. PBR is one of the most terrible beers.
Oh, wait, hang on. Let me get rid of
planet.
our logo while you say that. Okay, go ahead.
PBR is one of the most terrible beers on the face of the planet. I see a thing the other day because, the people put out the red, white, and blue cans for the 4th of July. And they made a comment, our cans are always red, white, and blue. And my comment was, your beer is always garbage, too. What's the point?
But they have great marketing, and they get a lot of college
Oh, my
students drinking
Lord,
their
this is
stuff.
bad beer.
But you know what
It's
else
like
college students drink?
a
They
lager, pilsner, IPA mix.
If your target audience is in the grocery store and they're choosing between you and Natty Light, you might have a problem.
I got to tell you, I'd rather have the Natty Light.
But that's
I
my
had
point.
one the other day.
That's my point.
Somebody handed me a can of beer the other day, and it was a Natural Light. And I drank it in about 7.5 seconds. But because
it's basically
little teeny
water.
tiny, little teeny tiny beer, and I'm like, it's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
But it didn't have a lot of flavor. It didn't have a lot of things I look for in a beer now.
Well, right.
And this past week I've actually drank a lot of Miller Lights. They kept giving me Miller Lights.
Sure.
And they were
and
not bad.
that's the thing about those like macro brewed giant brewery beers. Like, I'm not gonna mention names because you can sue him and not me. But
Bud Light.
But
Bud.
Any beer that says, "Oh, you should drink this ice cold," guess what? That's not a beer you should be drinking if you like beer.
No. Wait. What did you just say? Wait. What did you just say?
Well, look, no. If I'm in a restaurant and
I'm
I
sorry.
tell the waitress,
I'm sorry. One more time.
and if I'm in a restaurant and I tell the waitress, "Hey, can not serve this in an icy cold mug because it's going to change the ice
No, no, no,
molecules
no.
are going to change the flavor profile.
No,
And
that's not
the
how
best-
that went.
the
No,
best
that's
serving
not how that went
temperature-
down, sir.
The best serving temperature of this beer is usually typically between 56 and
No, it
72.3 degrees Fahrenheit because you want the flavor profile of the oxygen molecules combined with the water CO2 levels within the beer flavor profile. There's a whole thing. He's going telling this poor waitress why
It was
she
none
should
of
not
that.
serve this lager in an a frosty mug.
I asked for
her-
my beer to be served in a non-frosted mug.
and her face is like,
And
do you
she
want the
looked at
beer
me
or
like,
not?
why? So I told her why.
You were going on for a long. I wish I
I
had it
went
on
on
video.
for like 7 seconds. And you and Noah made a thing of it.
It was longer than 7 seconds, but even 7 seconds of that to a waitress who just wants to move on, give you your beer and move on. is a
Anybody out there that
lifetime.
believes I done anything when I'm communicating in 7 seconds? So I was talking to you earlier, and here we go on a tangent. Tangent number 23 for the evening.
Our tangents are like inceptions within inceptions. We
Yes.
just keep going deeper
Yeah.
down that rabbit hole.
Leonardo DiCaprio's like, I mean, he watches this every week and calls me up afterwards. He's
Well,
like, dude,
Leo.
you guys are on this.
He drives his Prius up here, and he's like, "Hey, you guys are that Leo."
Prius. He drives a Prius.
When they first came out, he was very big on the Prius.
It's not good. It's not good for the environment, those cars.
The batteries are terrible.
Yeah, there's no way to dispose of these things.
They weigh like 400 pounds. When they
There's
go out, you got to buy a new one.
Literally
You can't
no way to
recycle-
dispose of a
you can't
lithium-ion
recycle them.
battery.
Well, look, don't get me started on the light bulbs too.
Oh, the compact
The
fluorescent?
CFLs.
The CFLs, yeah,
They're
I never
terrible
had
for
those.
the environment. They're full of mercury.
Yeah, they're bad. Yeah.
Sorry, please go on with
what
your.
are we
your
talking about?
Inception.
Inception?
Tangent within a tangent.
I forgot what tangent we're talking about. And we're back.
And we're back. Welcome to the Underdog Journey.
Where we're always professionals.
True
So tonight
professionals
we're
at all
talking
times.
about buying domain names.
Well, that's one of the topics.
and we have.
and we're only 51 minutes in before we got to the main
That's
topic.
only 41
fine.
minutes. That's
Okay.
only 41 minutes. That's
Well,
cool.
that's true. The countdown doesn't count. You guys know this by now.
Yeah, you guys know this. This is 41
So
minutes.
we're last week you started talking about
Wait,
buying domains.
Wait, I got to make sure Jenny's on here. Oh, crap.
Jenny
What do I gotta do?
Kelson's not on here.
Yeah, she's not. You can't. I
No,
haven't
she
seen
didn't
her.
take your invitation.
Well, I haven't got it to her yet. More options.
So she's going to start a business called
Oh, wait.
Jenny's Pleasure Bus.
That's not.
This is her.
Which
this
is why
her
I need
business
her to
of
be on
choice.
here. This is why I need to be on here. Because no, she's not wanting to do that. She's probably wanting to document her conversion of the bus. They're doing a leisure
A leisure bus.
suit
not a
Larry
pleasure
bus, not a leisure suit Larry bus, a leisure bus.
So she wants Jenny's leisurebus.com.
Yeah, I don't know that
Not
she's going to want that
Jenny's
either.
Pleasure bus.
Oh wait, I might be interacting as us. That might be the problem. Oh, that's what it is.
see?
All right, let me switch over to me.
Okay.
There we go. Now I'm interacting as your profile, not your profile, my profile.
There you go.
And send in messenger and Jenny. Wait, there we go. Carlson, there we go.
All right. Anyway,
Sending over there to her.
while we're waiting on our special guest.
Yeah, our special guest, our guest of honor, our guest of significant importance.
So last week you started talking about buying domains.
Yep.
And look, anybody who has even the idea that they might want to start a business later, buy your domain now.
Buy the domain.
Because these things get snatched up
Buy,
super
buy.
quick. And once it's gone unless you want to pay big money. Because
You're
a
paying
bunch
for the
of-
seat, but you only need the edge.
Because a bunch of idiots like us keep buying domains, sit on them, and then resell them for ungodly amounts of money.
Ungodly amounts of money. So while we're waiting on her, we're going to talk about Balmer's Peak.
No, well, we actually do have other topics we can.
Oh
we
no
can
no no!
hop
Yeah
on.
yeah. Let's do the thing with the clickety.
The clickety. Well, I'm
Yeah,
not
the
sure
thing.
what we're clicking here. What are you
Right
telling me to
there.
click?
The marketing thing. Yeah, that thing right
mar-
there.
All
Yeah,
right.
the market clickety thing.
Yeah. So the main topic that I mentioned in the title of this video was self-promoting your business.
Yes. You should always be self-promoting your business.
Well, a lot of people don't do that, and it's a lot of people think they don't want to be salesy. When people start a business, they're like, yeah, I don't want to be one of those guys who's constantly trying to sell to my friends.
Hey,
and
Shannon
family.
Black's on. Shannon Black says it's me, right?
Shannon Black, it is you. How's it going, Shannon? Good seeing you. Hey, thanks for covering for me last week. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
You looked a ton better than Wes does.
That's
It's a little weird.
I've heard that a lot.
It's a little weird.
It
Can't walk
I got-
that back.
I
It was
got-
on live.
I got no comment. I got comments. I'm not going to say them. It's a family show.
It's right. It's all good. He did a great job. He was up here communicating
Yeah.
and did a great conversation. Sometimes Shannon. Most of their videos are recorded, edited, and then uploaded.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get people that get a little tongue-tied and a little bit of shock and awe, especially when they see the setup on a live feed. And took it in stride and just powered right through. It was a great time.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
No, Shannon's awesome. He's great on camera.
Yeah, he did good. He did real good. His personality really, somebody who meets him randomly is just, they're not going to think that, wow, this guy's, is good on TV. He actually really is.
He actually is. He's
really good
on
camera,
Yeah.
and he has put it the most succinct, even to this day. We've been doing this. Next week, hopefully, I'll be in New York.
You're not going, man.
Hopefully
You're gonna be right here,
for the love
drinking
of
beer,
for the
eating
love
cream
of God,
puffs, talking about Shannon Black.
I have a house in New York. I need to live in it. Let me go live in my house. But hopefully, I'll be out there next week, and we'll be doing it live from there.
Well, you'll be live there. I'll be here.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well, I won't
yeah,
be here.
we'll
I'll be
see.
at my house.
Well, maybe. You might have to come down here anyway. They might just
I
require
might
it.
have to.
You can't get a
They
cream
might
puff.
not serve me without
if you were like holler at your current wife, like, hey, bring me a cream puff, she literally might throw a fire extinguisher at your head.
It's totally possible.
To be honest, I might pay her to do that.
Come get it yourself.
Yeah,
I'm sure I would get that.
Actually,
So-
there's yeah. Go ahead, talk about the thing.
we keep going on tangents. So, but the thing is, a lot of people, and we know a lot of people who start businesses, and sometimes they move along, sometimes they don't. One of the main reasons is that they might not go anywhere is people don't want to be salesy. They're kind of afraid.
Yes.
And look, nobody wants to be that kind of person who goes to all their friends and families trying to sell to them, and nobody wants to be around that person. And I get it, but you can't put all your eggs in a single basket of marketing, and that includes digital. And look, I'm a digital marketer. This is what I talk about all day, every day.
So, are you saying I should advertise in newspaper print?
Well, choose your channels appropriately.
So
But-
we actually, and this is not a tangent. This is actually direct in line. We actually had a guy last year, 2 years ago, 2 years, a year to year and a half ago, actually talk about trying to start advertising for a group, one of our groups, in newspaper.
Oh,
And it was going to cost X amount of dollars, and both of us are sitting here like,
newspaper. It's
does
making
the
a
word
comeback. man.
demographic make any sense to you at all?
Newspaper's making a comeback. So are telegraphs.
Yes.
We'll use Braille. Or,
Braille.
Look, know your demographics, I guess.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So even when it comes to marketing, don't just rely on a single channel. Don't rely on Facebook or YouTube. The thing is the more you talk about something, what you do, and how much better your product or service is than your competition, the better. And it doesn't matter what your company is. It could be, like we were talking about earlier, a craft brewery. It could be a dog food company. You are just having fun over there playing Pac-Man.
Oh, I'm
with
just
those
like.
things.
I can apparently click and put hearts and likes on our podcast. Wait, I can pretend like I'm your mom. Angry.
And we got a frowny face.
And sad
Womp.
face.
So, since we're on
Poor
this,
Miss Cardahan.
since we're on the topic of self-promotion, a lot of people might not realize that I actually have a digital marketing agency. Because I don't talk about it on here a lot. I'm just as guilty as everybody else. And this topic is actually on my blog, on my website.
You say blog?
On my, I call it Insights. So it's technically a blog. But
Okay.
I got my website where
What's
I promote.
what's the name of this company?
It's called MarketTree.com.
Market Tree.
MarketTree for all your
MarketTree.com. Market Tree for all your marketing needs.
digital marketing and strategy needs. So we actually do a lot. We do a lot of different things. But this topic is actually on my Insights
That girl
page.
looks like she's listening to some really cool music.
She's way cooler than I am.
She is far more hip than I am.
way more hip than both of us combined. But
I don't like her headphones though. Those are the on-ear headphones. I don't like those. I like the ones that go all around my ear.
Do you like those? They might make my ears sweat. I'm not a fan.
Well, I'd rather go with. Shh. I'm gonna stop right there.
There you go. So, but one of the topics is why self-promotion is good for your business and why it still works, and it does.
You should
And-
always.
And here's the thing.
So
many
I'm
companies.
gonna tag somebody else in here real quick because they need to be in here. Crap, what's her name? You keep doing your thing. I'm doing my stuff over here.
Well, you told me to stop
Why would you listen to me now?
because you kept talking.
I'm going to hum then. Can I hum?
While I'm trying to do this, yeah, there you go. So
You're really tall. Anybody get that reference? That was Shrek. Donkey. What am I? Really tall.
out of all the lines you pull out of Shrek, that's the one you pull out.
That's the one.
And
Great.
you expect people to understand.
That's great. Everybody should get that. They're like, the guy sitting there, the freaking ogre sitting there,
Nobody
he's like,
got
"What
that.
am I?" And he's like, "Really tall."
Nobody got that. Now, had you said,
Everybody
that's
love cake.
no, had you said, "That's a nice boulder. I like that
I
boulder."
like that
Everybody
boulder.
would have gotten that one.
Everybody loves cake.
Or
Parfait. Have you ever met anybody said you want parfait? Say, "Hell no, I don't like no parfait."
see, people would get that one. Or he's the talkingest damn thing you ever saw. People would get that.
Dude, that was awesome. That was good. You sound just like that creepy old lady trying to sell her donkey
I've been told I sound like a creepy old lady. But
live on the internet, even.
so even when you're very heavy on Facebook, very heavy on YouTube, very heavy on any SEO, all it takes is a single algorithm change, and your entire business is wiped out.
Shannon Black says self-promo, reallifeoutdoors79.com. That's where you can go for all your Real Life Outdoors merch, reallifeoutdoors79.com.
There you go. Real Life
By
Outdoors,
Shannon Black.
Shannon, that is a great self-promotion.
Exactly.
You should check out, everybody out there should check out his merch.
Don't check it out.
And,
Buy it. Get
well-
out there. You're going to find something you like. Buy it.
It's true. He has cool stuff. So, can I get back to it now? Your mom says I should get back to it. She told you to
Okay,
shush.
yeah, do your thing.
She shushed you.
She's been shushing me a long time.
That's true.
Hasn't worked in 41 years. Ain't going to work now.
So, actually, people out there should come to my website. Go to markettree.com, go to Insights, and find this article because it does give a lot of great details. And one of the areas that I highlight is a little-known company. Well, it's actually pretty big, but it's littler than it would have been otherwise. Is a website called littlethings.com. So, back in 2017.
This is your website?
No, littlethings.com is not my website.
Okay.
I wish it were. I wouldn't have made the same mistake they made. Back in 2017, they were like the leading sort of good news, good information, sort of happy vibes. Their headline was, the power of positivity. And almost all their business was coming straight from organic Facebook. And they went heavy into Facebook. And they were pulling down amazing numbers. You can see right here. They were pulling down 500 million video views per month. 3 billion page views.
500 million video views per month.
Per month. 500
Jiminy
million
Christmas.
video views per
They're
month.
almost as big as we are.
But guess what? In 2017, in 2017, Facebook changed their algorithm to favor organic feeds from friends and family and fewer posts from businesses, even if you were following that business. So guess what? Overnight, literally with no warning, because Facebook, Google, YouTube, they all do this with no warning. Literally overnight, they lost 75% of their organic reach.
So that's a lot.
That's a lot.
So that's a lot.
That's a lot. And guess what? Shortly thereafter,
That only leaves like 25%.
right, that's what I'm saying. And shortly thereafter, they actually lost a lot.
I'm thinking of Dax Shepard in Idiocracy.
Man, I love that movie.
I think it should be mandatory viewing for everybody.
For everyone. Go out there and watch Idiocracy. If you have to pay for it. Buy the DVD, buy the VHS tape. You need to watch Idiocracy. It's one of the best movies you'll ever watch. So in 2018, the company actually filed for bankruptcy. They went out of business because of an algorithm change that there was no warning for. Now, guess what? Had they diversified their reach, diversified their marketing, done more self-promotion, had they actually gone and any number of different things they could have done, they could have survived. Now, another company came along. I think they were bought by Rock U Media.
I just shared this podcast with Mr. Beast, by the way.
Mr. Beast would love it. Mr. Beast loves us.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
They were actually purchased by Rock U Media, and look, they're back up. So go to littlethings.com, and it's still sort of the same thing. They changed the logo. It's good news. It's all happy thoughts. They're still not pulling down small numbers. Their Facebook page here has almost 12.7 million likes. So they're almost up to where we are. Not quite. They're still But look, they would be triple that if they didn't lose that reach. I mean, they would be pulling down big, much bigger numbers had they not lost that reach.
Well,
and that can happen overnight, so
talked-
don't put all your marketing eggs in one basket.
And we've also talked many times about pivoting.
Right, 2020 taught us how to pivot.
Yeah, right now, I actually just sent this out to a group called the Four Horsemen. Not the wrestling Four Horsemen, and not the Four Horsemen of the Apocalyptic Bible. The Four Horsemen, which is a album quality cover band for Metallica. Now, I have seen them live.
Okay.
And they are phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So I'm actually going to try to start right now promoting us through a whole different world of things to try to get, because we love to do the business of.
Right.
I want to do the business of music.
That's a great thing.
It'd be a great thing. And we want to look at it from the musician's aspect of it. We want to look at it from the producer's aspect of it. And we want to look at it from the label aspect of it.
Yeah.
And here's one more that a lot of people aren't going to think about. I want to look at it also from the distributor's output. Distributor's outlook. Because that's going to be that's a whole different take on it. The distributors, I don't care whether your product's good. I don't care about it. All I care about is people are buying your product and how to get it to them. It's logistics versus quality.
Well, sure.
So there's a lot of things we can do there, and
and that's a great idea. But in the end, it does come down to self-promotion, how to market yourself, how to promote yourself, and reach out to these other channels and possibly collaborate. A little callback to a previous subject. But
we love to do that.
We do a lot of callbacks because it's all related. It's all related.
Yep.
And the thing is, it doesn't matter what your business is. It doesn't matter what your hobby that you're turning into a business is. It could be homemade cream puffs. It could be, Jenny'sPleasureBus.com.
Jenny'sPleasureBus.com, brought to you by the Hofbrauhaus Cream Puffs. Hofbrauhaus Cream Puffs for every event that you have.
There you go. Exactly. But, you should be excited about your product or service.
Jenny's watching. That's why I did that.
There you go. Jenny, we got to talk.
So there we are.
But you should be excited about your product or service. You should be excited about your business and go out and talk about it. Don't be shy about it. You need to go out and you should have 3 different social media channels and talking about it on all of them. You should go out and you should be talking to promoters of conferences in the field that your business is. And it doesn't matter what your business is. It could be cute puppies. It could be cream puffs. I promise you there's a conference out there for it. You need to be speaking at that conference, talking about your business and why you're better than competition and what everybody can learn about you because you are the subject matter expert in your business.
So even with West has his identity and his ideas and his things over there, marketing and things like that. That's where he excels. I don't do half bad at it, especially now because I do a lot of sales.
Mm-hmm. It's related.
But I've got all of I've absorbed through osmosis so much of the marketing end of it that it blends together so well. Right now, we are working on a conference in coming up in Florida in November that I have to go to. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. And they're talking about, well, this, that, and the other. And I've said, you know what? I got a guy. I'm going, all right, let's do this. And I'm pushing. Because when you are earnest, that's the word I was looking for, earnest. When you are earnest in what you're doing, not Ernest P. Worrell, but when you are earnest in what you're doing.
Don't be scared stupid and don't go to jail.
Okay, what's the likelihood that...
But you should go to school. How many more Ernest movies are there?
School, Saves Christmas.
Christmas. But you should go to school and save Christmas.
Yes, but don't be scared stupid.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean, Bern?
Like 3 people out there.
If you are absolutely trying to keep me from remembering what the heck I was talking about, you're doing a great job. So the idea is, we've talked about it many times, is not just having customers, it's having raving fans. There's actually a book about that, about having customers versus raving fans. And when you have somebody when you advocate for yourself and you actually promote yourself well, you will get the people around you to advocate for you and promote yourself well. It doesn't matter whether it's, a small business. What's the sales things like Avon? Or what's the other one? Mary Kay or...
Amway.
What's the one with the... Well, I don't want to say... I'm not going to go that far. With the pants. I don't know. The girls love them.
Pants?
The stretchy
Spanx?
pants. No.
No,
but yeah,
the chick,
It's-
the
it's-
lady
it's,
who
with the britches, but and they do the parties, and you get all this stuff, and the Tupperware, even all those things. If you're doing it, you know what? You should always be promoting yourself.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be salesy. People who are going to listen are going to listen. People who don't. It doesn't matter whether you're talking about the weather or whether you're talking about your business. The people who are going to listen are going to listen. The people who are not going to listen are not. That's it. Do yourself the favor. Talk about your business.
There you go. The book you're trying to think of is 1,000 True Fans by Kevin Kelly.
No, that's not it.
No,
that might be it.
That is it.
Raving Fans.
No, it's 1,000 True
Fans
Fans.
book.
1,000 True Fans by Kevin
I misspelled
Kelly.
that. Oh no, here it is. Raving. Here it is. Right here. This is it right here. It used to be my toilet reading.
Oh, Raving. That is a different book. You're
Raving
right,
Fans by Ken Blanchard.
I don't know that one.
And Sheldon Bowles. Sheldon Bowles.
That's unfortunate.
It was quite literally. I read it while I was using the facilities all the time, man. I love that book. Right now, you can get it on.
So read a book by.
Right now, you can get thriftbooks.com, and you can get it for $4.69.
So read a book by Sheldon Bowles while you're on the.
While you're on the John.
While you're on the
Yeah.
clearing your
And Ken Blanchard.
social media.
I mean, we don't leave this
calendar.
guy out. I mean,
Yeah.
by Kenneth H. Blanchard.
So
So it's good stuff. It's a great book. I love it. Rating Fans. It talks about, it all boils down, and some people are like, well, this is a cliche. 80-20, 80-20, 80-20. I hear it all the time. Just a cliche. No, it's not. 80% of your business will come from 20% of your
that's absolutely true.
your customers.
And they know it. Every successful business knows it.
Yes. Get those 20%. Cater to those 20%. Instead of spending the advertising dollars on the other 80%,
Yeah.
buy this 20% a freaking meal.
Oh,
And
100%.
guess what? Now you're gonna go 15. You're gonna be like the hamburger package at Kroger, where
Well,
you get the 80-20 or the 97-3.
Well, a lot of people out there who know anything about marketing hear the word segmentation a lot. They'll talk about segmenting their audiences and segmenting their messaging in these different social and digital marketing channels. And what it comes down to is, we've talked about avatars in the past.
Avatars.
Creating
I love avatars. Okay, you know what? Not to go off on yet another tangent. This is not a tangent. It's not a tangent. So stick on it. You cannot go wrong with creating avatars. I look at it as step 1, 2, and 3 of almost any marketing plan.
And it should be. Absolutely.
Any marketing plan, and this is going to dun dun dun. This is going to shock a lot of people. Any sales plan.
Yep. And absolutely should be. Because
If
you're
you
going to
don't
talk
know
to,
who you're selling to,
Yeah.
you are not going to be effective.
Yep. 100%.
You're going to be Dave drinking a beer with a cream puff up on stage and talking about life insurance.
And one of the things that you should do is, if you're watching this on the live or on the replay, go to our Facebook page. Go to Facebook, look for the Underdog Journey, and on the Facebook page you will see a link to download our digital marketing toolbox. One of the items in that toolbox is a free customer avatar builder.
Yes.
So everything in that toolbox is free. So go to our Facebook page, download that, and I promise you, if you're trying to start a business, if you're trying to learn how to do digital marketing, you will not
You'll not regret it.
You'll not regret it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in there. It's very useful. You can use at your heart's content. It's some of the best product that you'll ever see, and guess what? You're going to get it for free. Log in. I think we got it behind. We got it behind an email wall. Right? We got it behind an email wall.
But look, we're not going to email you. It's just part of the way the functionality was set up.
It's part of the functionality, and it's one of the things we want to show you guys for the future of how you can do certain things and put behind this wall, this wall, this wall.
Right.
You can put behind an email wall, and then let's say we had something that's even better than that, which you guys get the best of us right here every week for free. But let's say we decided we want to do a very specialized podcast that you're only accessible, but so you get the email wall, but then we're going to put this very, very focused, a lot less tangents, and we do that on purpose. This is not accident. The way that we go off on tangents and make this comical and joking and things, that's not an accident. We do it because both of us have been through all of the meetings and webinars and conferences and everything that have just bored us to death.
This is what we do all day, every
So
day.
we get tortured with that. So we intentionally do it this way. It is not an accident. This is not us like, oh, we're kind of winging it. No, it's us intentionally doing it this way, because if we went full tilt nerd on you guys, you'd be asleep in 10 minutes. Actually, you'd be asleep in 5 minutes. Because, I mean, just look, I nerded out a little bit ago on chemicals and stuff for clean agent fire suppression. And West over there he about dropped off 4 times during me talking about heptafluoropropane and fluoroketones.
It wasn't quite as good as the algorithm episode that we did.
Yes, but it was very close to it. So both of us have the full ability to completely nerd out.
Oh, we can nerd out. We can nerd out.
And we when we talk, sometimes people look at us and like, what are you guys talking about? Because we go so granular on certain things that people look at us and go, okay,
You lost me.
You lost me. You're out of here. So what we do and how we do it with the jovial stuff and the intention tangents, all of that stuff is very intentional. So right now I completely forgot where I was going with this.
But it's completely intentional, I promise.
No, that's actually part of the joke. So we put the things, let's say we focus down on something, we put it behind, we got the toolbox behind an email wall. So we could actually do something and put it behind a paywall to where you put, $5.
Yeah, and people
You
do
pay
that. People
$5,
sell courses.
and now we've got this behind a paywall, and that's really the purpose of us putting the email wall up there to begin with, is to show you all. It's not that you guys can, not that we need it,
right.
It's to show you all how you can do it,
And actually, one of the
and how you
reasons-
can structure.
And that's true. One of the reasons I set it up this way specifically, I'll show you here, is because everything I'm using here I set up for free.
Yeah,
For free. If you have a website, build it on WordPress, you get a free template. You can actually set this functionality up for free. So look, you come here, thanks for joining the journey, get your free digital marketing toolkit. I created all the assets. This is a picture of my dog, who just had some surgery. She's doing
I
well.
pet her today.
She's a good dog. Good dog.
Now, back in the past, you guys have heard West actually talk about his dog has no give a flying flip about him being home. All the dog wants to know is where the wife is.
It's true.
And I will tell you from first experience
That
today,
dog wants nothing to do with me.
That dog didn't give a flying rat's patootie that West was home.
Nope.
That dog didn't care that I was there. I'm a guest in the house. I've only been there, 4 times in the entire time you've been there? I've been there 4 times. This dog doesn't know me.
Yeah.
That dog is just, all the dog is doing is whining for mom to get home.
Yep.
That's it. That's what that dog was
all
doing.
she wants.
She was pining, just, oh, my life is so hard. Wow. Where is she? She's abandoned me.
I literally started a dog food
Harump.
business for this dog, and a dog treat company for this dog, and she wants nothing to do with me. This is my
Yeah,
dog.
absolutely
But
not.
look, you come here. All you got to do, literally, you click this, and he's right. This could be a paywall, but it's not.
Yep.
Click here. You enter an email, and it doesn't. Look, I'll enter a fake email. Let's see.
Fake at email.com.
Yeah, at email.com. I'm not suggesting you do that, but you can totally do that.
And just in case any of
this-
you guys ever need a fake phone number, 614 or whatever your local phone number is, 867-5309.
8675. I don't want to get the block, but yeah, you're right.
I don't think your singing is going to get us a strike.
It will. My singing will not get us a strike. But look, the functionality is there. Go to our Facebook page. Go here. It's on the description of the Underdog Journey.
Yep.
And get the free digital marketing toolkit, because that is where you will get the free avatar builder, which we went off on a tangent about 10 minutes ago talking about that silly thing. But it works.
We love it.
But it works. I
We
promise.
love it.
And your mom says we're funny, so
Yeah, we're
I'll
definitely
take it.
funny. We're
I'll
definitely
take it.
funny. That works. It works, and we're on funny. We're funny intentionally. Again, I can't say it enough. Both of us have sat through torture. Where literally, the next time I used to play a game. All right, when I went to conferences.
Would you like to play a game?
Would you like to play a game? That whenever they used a business buzzword, vertical market, and whatever the theme of the meeting was, whenever they forced it into the conversation,
Right.
we take a drink.
You got to take a drink.
We take a drink. And if they said the word synergy,
Ooh, synergy.
you had to finish whatever drink you were. Because we're sitting here listening to these. Oh my Lord, this could have been. This could have not. It's not one of these. I've survived a meeting that could have been an email. This is. I've survived a meeting that could have been a text message.
Right, exactly.
So, we've been there, and we've done that. Certain things are great. Certain things are very fun. Certain aspects of these conferences are amazing, and I learn something no matter what every time I go. And it usually is not in the thing that I'm like, ooh, I want to learn more about that. And that thing I click on, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to sign up for this class, and I register for it, and I go to that part of the conference. Is usually the thing I get the least out of, and I get this little nugget over here that's just phenomenal.
Sure.
And it usually comes from somebody closer to an equal versus an educator.
Right. And every conference has the great speaker versus the mediocre topics. But look, talking about going back to self-promotion, that's what's better than going to a conference and speaking at the conference.
Oh.
Now, why is that? I'll tell you why that
speaking.
is. Because even if you're not a great speaker, when you're leading the conversation, you are the subject matter expert.
Yes.
How many times have you been to a conference and you're seeing somebody up on stage and you're at a pretty high knowledge level for what you do, and you're thinking to yourself, that person only vaguely even knows what they're talking about, and everybody in the room is hanging on their every word.
Yep.
And guess how much
I've
business
been
that
there.
person gets after they get off stage? Because they were leading the conversation, and in that room, they were the expert. And because of that, everybody wants to be talking to that person.
Yep.
That's why you need to be talking to those conferences.
We're going to talk to you next
get that a
about
lot.
buying domain names. Buying domain names from GoDaddy.com. Let's bring it up.
Change topic.
Here we go. We got it up there.
We got it.
All right, let's go to their home screen.
Home screen?
Let's go to this is really, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that Jenny Coulson has waited for all of her life
Jenny
to be
Coulson.
on the focus of the Underdog Journey. She literally graduated high school, college, served in the National Guard in Venezuela, and now has brought to you and come to you with remodeling a bus, and she's wanting to now learn how she can get a excellent domain name.
It's
That's
very easy.
where we're at now.
So what you want to do is go to GoDaddy.com. Any domain service. Go to Bluehost. Go to GoDaddy. Go to any number of these things. There are so many good, reputable places to buy a domain. We say GoDaddy just because that's what we happen to use.
We use
but there are
GoDaddy.
a
It's
lot.
very easy. You set your account up, and we're not going to go
If
through
it's
set
your
up an
first-
account
if it's your
because guess
first
what?
domain,
You all know how to set up an account. You click on the button that says sign in, and you fill out all the freaking paperwork, and you're done.
If it's your first domain, they'll give it to you for 99 cents.
Yeah.
It's they give you pretty good deals. And we're
Yes.
not being paid by GoDaddy. I
We're
don't
not.
personally know Danica Patrick.
She was the race car driver,
I
right?
think she's the race car driver,
Okay.
but she's their spokes. I think she's still one of the spokespeople. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
But they have a very easy
I don't
website
care.
to navigate. They have good products, good prices overall.
And you know what? You know how important it is to have a good navigatable
Navigable website? Navigable?
Un momento, por favor, señores and señoritas. I must not be as drunk as I thought I was. No, a navigable.
Navigable.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm from Southern Ohio. I am never going to be able to say that word.
Well,
We're going
is
to chalk it up to a loss.
Is it navigable or should it be navigatable?
I don't know. We're going to.
I think it's navigable.
Navigable.
I think it's navigable.
Navigable. I can't do it. There's no way. Absolutely no way. That's Liar Liar for those of you guys who don't recognize that reference from the Jim Carrey.
For those of you who don't know your Jim Carrey
of
movies
work.
by heart. So what are we doing on GoDaddy? What are we doing here?
What I was saying is, one of the key things is an easy to navigate website. There we go. Whenever you're caught in a pickle, just change the scenario.
There you go. We've done that a few times
Something
tonight.
something that's easily easy to navigate. So
There you
here we go. Navigatable.
I never.
All right.
All right. So what are we doing here?
For those of you in Rio Linda, we're going to spend the rest of the night looking at each other going, navigatable.
We're not drunk. That's just how we talk.
It literally us trying to actually enunciate and pronounce that word. The tip of the tongue, the lips, the teeth. All right, so here we go. That's So here we go. We're at GoDaddy.com. So we're going to find it says right here, find your perfect domain.
What domain
So
would
what
you
are
like
we
to
going
buy
to look
today?
for? Let's look for
Schnapsity.
something. Yeah, let's look for Schnapsity.
And actually, I already did that. So another.
Well, let's see what happens.
One thing that I actually really like. Now, there's an area of GoDaddy's website that I like more than their homepage.
Okay.
And I don't actually know how to navigate from their homepage. Speaking
it's
of
it's not
poorly
so
navigable,
navigable.
It's not as navigable. Actually, it's fine. So you can go to Google, type in GoDaddy domain appraisal.
Oh yes, I do. See, I get because they send me things occasionally because I own a number of websites.
Right.
And they're like, "Hey, these websites are worth some money. Check
Yeah.
their value." And I click on it. It takes me to the domain.
So go to GoDaddy domain appraisal. Right now, you can enter any domain. It'll give you two things. It'll tell you how much the general value is estimated to be, like Schnapsity.com. It'll also tell
Nice.
you why it's valuable. Right. Now, since this is a German word, the reasoning for this value is very incorrect, but it'll also give you some similar domains that have been sold, what they sold for.
valuable keyword. Yep.
There you go. It'll
you
mention other domains that are very similar to that you could possibly buy that are available.
It uses the extension .com because most people are familiar with .com, and that's the easiest way to do it. But you got to remember, for every .com, there's a .net, .io,
Right.
.info,
Now look, if I wanted
everything.
Schnapsity.info, I could get it. Schnapsity.live, Schnapsity.xyz, literally, I could get that. But let's choose one that has English-based keywords, right? Let's say I want creampuff.com.
Creampuff.com. Creampuff.com brought to you in part by the Hofbrauhaus Columbus.
Hofbrauhaus cream puffs,
The Hofbrauhaus Cream Puff.
which are delicious. This thing is just staring
It's
at me.
been sitting over here the whole
It's
time.
just
We're like,
looking at me.
"Ooh, I've ate
It's-
like I have 8. Listen to me. I'm
I-
sorry.
I done
I'm
ate.
sorry. Stop the shenanigans. If
I've done
anybody
ate
who
the
went to
cream
high school
puff.
with me has watched understands that, because in junior high we used to get yelled at all the time by the English teacher. And she used to smack her hand all the time like, "Stop the shenanigans." I have eaten many of the cookies off of the top of this thing. So where are we at? We're doing a thing, Schnapsity.com, domain
No.
appraisal.
So
Cream
I
Puff.
went to creampuff.com. Now the estimated value of cream puff
$6,900.
And
Whoa.
so one reason is creampuff.com is easy to remember.
Creampuff.com.
It has broad appeal in the English language, and .com is desirable. Now creampuff.info is available. Creampuff.me.
Creampuff.me. I'm not going to do
It
that.
sounds a little dirty. I don't know.
not
It's a
gonna do
family
that.
show.
Ain't
Let's
doing
say
it.
this is the Underdog Journey. Let's say underdog.com.
Okay, underdog.com.
Check this out. Underdog.com has taken the estimated value is more than $25,000, which is why I don't own it.
I'm like, dang.
It's actually
Oh, wait, you got to picture me with the Joe Dirt beard. Dang.
I'm not your sister. For those of you who've seen that
It was
movie,
a-
please just forget everything we just said.
Oh, dear Lord.
So,
And we're off the air.
if we wanted underdog.app, underdog now, underdog.international, underdog.center, underdog.care, there are a lot of domains that you can get, and this will actually give you some good alternatives. But this is actually really good because it'll give you more info, and it will even say, if this is taken, here's what you can do about it. Now,
So,
let's
if you get inebriated one night and your buddy, let's call him Dave, is like, "Hey, it's only $65 to get this website. It's a great website." And he buys it, and he's like, "Wait a minute, it didn't come up here. What the heck's happening?" And your other buddies, who's been well inebriated as well, let's call him West, is like, "Yeah, I'll do it too." And he does the damn thing. And basically what you're doing is you're buying GoDaddy's brokerage service to see if the website's for sale. You're going to
Basically-
lose your money.
Yeah, basically what that means is, let's see how much it is.
That means
you're
that
going to
don't-
pay. You're going to pay somebody, one of their IT people, to call if they can find a phone number available,
Yeah.
or email if there's an email available.
Yeah.
The people who own the domain, and see if they want to sell.
If they
it.
want to sell.
But if they don't, you just wasted $70.
Times 2.
Thanks for that, by the way.
Anytime, my friend. Anytime. In case you guys can't figure out, we did that.
We may have done that once.
We may have
It's
done
a mistake you make
Yeah,
once.
you make that mistake once,
You're allowed to have one.
and you don't make that mistake again. So you guys can't make that mistake.
You have no excuse.
You have no excuse.
You
We've
have no
told you. So
excuse.
let's go to the cart. Let's see what we've got here.
So let's go to the cart. We have what is in David's shopping cart. Let's
David's
find
shopping
out.
cart.
David's
What
shopping
does the
cart.
first showcase have? A new card.
We have demonspiders.com for $11.99.
I'm not getting rid of that.
We have Jenny's Pleasure Bus.
Jenny'sPleasureBus.com.
$11.99.
Jenny'sPleasureBus.com. Brought to you in part by Trojan.
Nope.
Oh, I just
Not
want to
going
make
there.
sure her face got really red tonight. That's all. So these are two websites that we're going to buy. We're going to buy them tonight. Almost said KY, but I didn't figure which one would be more appropriate / inappropriate to make the best joke. So we have a viewer that's out there who is converting a bus to a leisure bus for traveling, basically converting a old bus to an RV type setup.
It's not a pleasure bus.
Not a pleasure bus.
Don't
but-
Google pleasure bus on a work computer, by the way.
Yes, don't. Don't. Actually, to be honest, you shouldn't Google pleasure bus on any computer. But, but when we were talking about it live on TV, and she said, and we were talking to Jen Smith, the owner of the Middle Sisters Boutique, who is a converted bus over to a ladies' clothing boutique shop. She's talking about her being a fellow bus convertee as well. And we asked her the question, and she came back, and I don't know if it was autocorrect got her or not. But she said it was going to be a pleasure bus. It was for pleasure. And I'm a dog with a bone, ain't letting it go. So
Pretty funny.
we are buying tonight demonspiders.com in honor of his kid who apparently loves creatures that will just kill you. Figamaroons, Legamaroons, Igamaroons. What's this thing called?
Vinegaroons.
Vinegaroons, which are demon spiders, to be honest, flat out. Are they able to see it?
Well, yes, they can see
So
vinegaroons.
they see it right
here.
there. It's a freaking demon spider.
They're actually very nice. They don't bite. They don't pinch. However,
They murder you in your sleep. Don't
well,
listen to him.
This
I've seen
guy has
Harry
one on his
Potter.
face. So, well, actually, a funny thing, the little whip on their tail there actually does. My 6-year-old son told me this.
Okay.
They actually excrete an acid out of that little whip to melt the exoskeletons of their prey.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a friendly spider.
But they're very friendly.
So, demonspiders.com. 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 Wacky Weevil Inflatable Arm Man. That's a demon spider right there. So
demon
I'm
spider.
buying demonspiders.com. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Probably nothing. But there it is. Somebody will buy it from me in the future because demonspiders.com will end up being a very popular
Some
website.
metal band somewhere. is
Some
like,
metal. Oh,
He got my domain.
got my domain.
I need
you know what?
demonspiders.net. Quick.
Yes. Yeah, get your .net. I got .com.
.org. Give me .org.
Yeah, .org. They're supposed to ask for documents on that, but anyway.
Yeah, they never do.
They never do. No. That's another helpful tip.
I own a few
.orgs. All right, so we got that, and then we're gonna buy
Jenny's-
we're gonna buy Jenny'sPleasureBus.com. You guys know now the story behind Jenny'sPleasureBus.com.
So Jenny Kelson, we're gonna have fun building a landing page for this.
Yes,
Be
this will be good.
prepared.
So
Be
you
prepared.
should really go make your Facebook private right now, so we don't steal any of your pictures. I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry, I wouldn't do that.
I would, because I don't know
would. Smithers.
you. Exactly.
So yeah, it'll be a good time. So we're gonna go ahead and put this through here. So we're gonna
All right.
switch off because I think on the next page it actually shows my address. So I don't.
Right.
wanna-
So one thing I do want to go over quickly: when you add something to your cart, your shopping cart,
Yep.
make sure you only want to buy a year of domain service, because I think by default it sets you to 5 years.
Yeah, it sent me to 5 years on one and sent me to 1 year on the other. So
Right. So unless
demonspiders.com
you-
it came up with 1 year, but Jenny's Pleasure Bus, for some reason, they have that as a high dollar domain,
I wonder why.
and they put it at 5 years.
I wonder why. So, all right. So, make sure your domain registration is set for 1 year, unless you specifically want to sign up for multiple years, and you're good to go. Let's hit continue. I'm gonna.
So this is how easy it is. You're on the home page. You type in what you want. You might have to fiddle around with it to get the exact address that you want,
Yep.
the exact domain, the DNS that you want.
Yep.
And then you click add to cart. You go to, and now you're at the cart. So you guys get it
Right.
here. They don't see it, right?
They don't see the cart right now, so I click
great.
next. The next page, the reason I'm not showing it is it does have David's home
Billing-
address.
Yeah, billing information and credit card numbers
I'm not
and
going
stuff
to
are
show
on the
that.
next page.
And then once you enter your billing information, hit save. Literally hit save. This still has your home address on
That
there.
still has the home address, but you can scroll down there and show it from there.
All right, I'll scroll down.
Yep, there we
All
go.
right. So once I scroll past his home address, it just basically has the domain information up here.
It's my home
And
address
it shows
here,
you
so it's
total,
going to be
how much
gone
you
here
wanna play.
shortly anyway.
It shows how much your total will be, and
Yep.
he's buying two domains for 1 year each. Now, again, if it's your first domain purchase, you will get it for 99 cents, which is awesome. I used to actually sign up with under multiple accounts.
Yep, get
so
those
I can
99
keep getting that 99
Get
cent
those
domain.
99 cents,
They
man.
caught on to it pretty quick.
Yeah.
They catch on. So
They're smart
once,
like that.
Once you're all set here, you can say complete purchase.
Yeah, just make sure your finger's ready to take it off in case it comes up with my
Let's see.
address again.
Yeah, I don't want to.
My information again. So there you go. We're processing. We're processing.
And up next, it's going to show his full credit card number and PIN number.
Yes, right.
It is not. Maybe
There we go.
it shows your email address. but
Boom. There we have it. My email address is fine. Oh, see? And I just got confirmation right here on my
There
phone
you go.
from GoDaddy that the websites were purchased.
You are now the proud owner of
Yep.
Jenny'sPleasureBus.com.
JennyPleasuresBus.com. Right here, owned by David.
Oh, we're going to make a fun landing page.
We're going to have a heck of a landing page. We're going to make it fun. We're going to make it nothing creepy or weird. Well,
it's
we're
gonna
gonna
be
make it, we're going to make it creepy and weird, but we're going to make it creepy and weird that way.
Oh, it's going to be creepy and weird. Believe me, I'm doing the Photoshop for this. It's going to be creepy and weird.
It's going to be a good time. So that's that. We
Which
went
is
through
which is the catchphrase of Jenny'sPleasureBus.com.
creepy and weird.
It's going to be a good time.
Okay. Oh. So we are
And that's
an
it.
hour and 46 minutes into our hour-long podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for joining us. It's been a great time. For the love of all things holy, I hope I get to come back and visit and do a podcast with Wes side by side in the future. But I really hope to be reaching out to you guys next week, remote from New York.
So
and
everybody
we
watching,
go from there.
leave a comment, like, follow, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. But let us know, what do you think is the over/under on David actually being here next week? He was supposed to leave like 2 months ago.
No,
and
I
he's
gotta
still
go.
Here.
No, not 2 months ago. It was supposed to be last Friday. It's supposed to be last Friday.
Your going away party was 2 months ago.
Yeah, my going away party. So what's funny is I had my going away party. He actually had a surprise going away party for me here. I bet I've been here 20 times since.
At least, minimum. So
Yes.
we're gonna murder this cream puff, and it's been fun. So look, go to Jenny'sPleasureBus.com, and it's gonna be creepy and weird and a great time.
Until next week,
I've been West,
I've been Dave.
and we've been the Underdog Journey. Peace out.
Do a thing. Click a button.
Do the things. All right, we're offline.
Are we?
Nope.